From the early 1980s to the mid-2000s, this rotating striped globe reflected the fortunes of two TV news divisions on opposite sides of the globe, ABC in America and the Nine Network in Australia. Designed by Cranston-Csuri, a groundbreaking computer graphics agency, it first appeared in 1983 on a number of ABC News programs. Having spent much of its life as the fourth of the big three networks when it came to news, ABC's reputation was on the rise, and so were its ratings. World News Tonight had gone from being an experiment in the early evenings to competing with the CBS Evening News for the top spot. After an embarrassing beginning, 2020 had found its footing, and Nightline had become a force in late night. The ABC News brand was starting to mean something to viewers, and now it had an innovative new signature to accompany its wordmark logo and stamp its brand on its broadcasts. The 3D striped globe appeared in opening graphics, ad bumpers, and even on the set. And although it would become less prominent over the years, it would remain a part of the ABC News logo until 1999. In 1984, just a year after ABC, the Nine Network in Australia started using the striped globe as the logo for its news service. Receiving hand-me-downs from our American cousins is a time-honoured tradition in Australian broadcasting. Many networks built their brands on graphics, theme tunes, even slogans shipped directly from the States. When branding National 9 News, the Nine Network was quite savvy in its curation. It blended the 3D striped globe design, commissioned by ABC, with the Cool Hand Luke theme, which was used by ABC's owned and operated stations for Eyewitness News.
Eyewitness News, the 10:30 report.
The two pieces fit together like a glove, and National 9 News' visual and sonic identity was born.
With Brian Naylor.
The striped globe design appears to be the same as ABC's for the first decade of use, before being updated subtly to feature a sort of yellow highlight and a lighter blue in 1994. A new version of the globe is introduced in 2000, broadly the same but seemingly more rubbery in texture, and there's a new graphics pack to go along with it. In 2004, as part of a redesign of National 9 News graphics, the striped globe logo underwent its first major makeover in 20 years. It was recolored from blue and white to navy and orange, its center was made more glossy and translucent, and the stripes were reduced in depth and increased in height. The package fit the design styles in vogue at the time, with moving elements that animated onto the screen. The lower thirds consisted of a scaled-down version of the logo that zoomed in, with copy that slided into place on a transparent navy background with an orange trim. Graphic beds featured sliding stripes as if inside the globe. The set followed a similar concept, except static and mostly blue and white. Over-the-shoulder graphics were shown on widescreen monitors, rotated on their sides, and featured a similar layout to the opening graphics and lower thirds layouts, except stacked. In September of that year, the package was tweaked. The design of the striped globe stayed the same, as did the opening graphics, but the sets were changed to virtual ones, featuring Earth's horizon for national bulletins and live city skylines for state-based ones. Over-the-shoulder graphics were now housed in a sort of tornado of stripes. The graphic beds were changed to empty, striped globes. These were incorporated into the designs of the lower thirds. And the promo lower thirds now featured a bigger globe and a curved shape with an orange gradient. Weather graphics were also updated with maps and forecasts existing within an expanding striped globe. The graphics were a punch-up of what had been a good package to begin with, introduced at a time when Nine's arch-rival 7 was gaining in the ratings. In 2006, Nine hit the panic button, rebranding the entire network, news division included. The Nine logo was stripped of its dots and relegated to a blue box. National 9 News received its most dramatic visual overhaul in decades, with the striped globe sent off to pasture and the new 9 logo essentially taking its place. Overnight, Nine's news identity went from a compelling visual concept to a blue and white blimp. One could argue it was ahead of its time. I mean, its reduced color palette, clean animation style, and disciplined modular structure would be a great fit for today. But in the moment, it was disorienting and read as less of a company taking a confident step forward and more as a brand having an identity crisis. For those outside Australia, Nine was like the Tiffany network throughout the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. And their news programs were dominant leaders in major markets. With a reputation for the biggest stars and the biggest budgets, their news programs often had content and production values others couldn't compete with. ABC News occupied a similar position in the US during this time. Relied turned it into the MGM of news divisions. It had the biggest stars, the biggest salaries, and some of the biggest shows. And many of these shows on both networks were bookended by this iconic striped globe design. While ABC News moved on in the 90s without looking back, 9 News seemed to have some seller's remorse after getting rid of the globe. From as early as 2011, you can see the globe concept return, initially as a standard globe design, but with an idea of where it wanted to go in the background, literally. The dots on the 9 logo were back by this point, and the kernel of a concept had begun to form, making a map out of the dots. The next year, a dotted globe was part of the opening graphics, remaining until 2017 when it was replaced, then reintroduced as the central element in a holistic rebrand in 2024. Nine's reintroduction of a distinctive branded globe isn't some sort of vindication that they never should have dropped the striped globe design. Brands need to evolve, but it is perhaps an acknowledgement that visual symbols like it get imbued with meaning over time. Nine had associated its dominant reputation in news with it for more than 20 years. Then overnight, that visual shorthand that came to mean quality news was gone, never to be seen again. It makes sense that the network wants an icon that combines the visual shorthand of news and Nine together. A graphic asset that Nine's friends at ABC America, the other network with a dot logo, may one day want handed down.